participated via video conference in the AU Peace and Security Council to tackle the situation in Sudan, with the attendance of a number of African leaders and heads of governments, on top of which is Yoweri Museveni, the Ugandan president, the current president of the Security and Peace Council, in addition to AU Commissioner Moussa Faki and the General Secretary of the Arab League, Ahmed Abul Ghait, and a number of other African Union. Presidential spokesperson Councillor Ahmed Fahmy said that the Council focused on discussing ways to diminish the escalating situation in Sudan and coordinating efforts among different sides to boost humanitarian aid and to return back to peaceful dialogue. President Sisi addressed the inauguration ceremony. Yoweri Museveni, my brother, the Ugandan president, and the current head of the AU Council for Peace and Security, Comoros president, my brother, and the head of the African Union, my brother, Mr. Moussa Faki, the AU Commissioner. Your Majesties, ladies and gentlemen, first I'd like to express my gratitude for extending the invitation to Egypt to participate in this important meeting to discuss the developments in the brotherly nation of Sudan. Our meeting today, in addition to its political importance, carries symbolic value by affirming the continuation of partnership among African parties and international partners, relief agencies, to work together toward a stable and secure Sudan. Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps you'll agree with me that the stability of Sudan, preserving its territorial integrity and the cohesion of its institutions, will have its positive results not only on the Sudanese people, but on all regional parties. Here, Egypt really lauded the efforts exerted by the African Union Commission, led by the chairperson of the Commission, Moussa Faki, to deal with the Sudanese crisis, among which is the meeting which was held on the ministerial level and resulted in a mechanism to gather all active parties, including Egypt. Our meeting today comes to adopt the de-escalation plan, which was formulated in coordination with neighboring countries, representing an important step towards achieving stability and internal consensus and to end the current bloodshed. Ladies and gentlemen, the efforts exerted within the framework of the African Union are complementary to other tracks, including the Arab League. As in its recent summit, it approved the formation of an Arab ministerial contact group to deal with the crisis, as well as the efforts of IGAD and the agreement signed during Jeddah talks, as it stipulated the commitment to hold a ceasefire, open the way to the entry and distribution of humanitarian aid, also the withdrawal of the forces from hospitals and public facilities. These are the paths that must be based on unified and coordinated standards that support each other and to establish a roadmap for the political process that deals and addresses the roots of the problem leading to the current crisis and aims to have an active, comprehensive participation from all sides and spectrums of the Sudanese people. And in this regard, Egypt stresses the utmost importance of close coordination with neighboring states to resolve the crisis and to restore security and stability in Sudan, as it is an original part and it's one of the most affected ones, and also very keen to end it as soon as possible. Egypt shouldered its responsibility as a major neighboring country to Sudan by intensifying communication and contacts with all sides and all international and regional partners to work together to end the current situation. And the movements were based on, first, the need to coordinate together, and these are the need to reach a comprehensive and sustainable ceasefire, not only for humanitarian purposes. Second, the necessity to preserve the national state institutions of Sudan, which are the backbone to protect the state from collapsing. Third, the conflict in Sudan is a matter related only to the Sudanese brothers, and our role as regional parties is to help them to stop it and to achieve consensus on resolving the causes that led to this violence in the first place. And in this regard, Egypt affirms its full respect for the will of the Sudanese people and not to interfere in its internal affairs, the importance also of not allowing external intervention in its current crisis. Fourth, the humanitarian repercussions of the Sudanese crisis really went beyond the borders of the state, and they are affecting the neighboring countries, as we must closely coordinate together. Egypt has fulfilled its responsibilities in this regard by receiving more than 150,000 Sudanese citizens till the moment, in addition to hosting about 5 million Sudanese citizens who are treated as Egyptian citizens. In this regard, I call on relief agencies and the donor countries to provide the necessary support to neighboring countries so that they can continue with playing this role. Ladies and gentlemen, concluding my word, I would like to reaffirm Egypt's continuation in exerting the utmost efforts to end the current crisis by supporting efforts of the African Union and all existing mechanisms to end the current conflict and struggles, as well as continuing coordination with all partners and relief organizations to support efforts to provide urgent humanitarian needs for Sudan. Also to alleviate the deteriorating humanitarian situation. Dear brothers, I have full confidence that our meeting today will end with fruitful results, as the Sudanese people hope from their African brothers, and it's our duty toward these people in this very critical circumstances, and they are not going to forget the stand of his brothers, and the Sudanese showed solidarity with his brothers during various historical stages. May God help us all to do what's good for our peoples. Peace and mercy of God